What is up, my friends? Epic first night of the NBA play-in. Let's break it down. All right, guys, let's start with the Hornets and Heat. First up, I want to address the LaMelo Ball elephant in the room. That play sucked. I don't think of LaMelo Ball as a dirty player. I don't feel like he did that as an intentional trying to hurt him. I think he got kicked in the head by his own teammate. He saw something, he reacted, and he moved his arm. Do I think he should have got thrown out of the game? No. Do I think he should have got a flagrant foul? 100% yes. And that sucks. But, that's how it is. The NBA, for some reason, makes it where you cannot go back and check that stuff. So that's the rules. That sucks. Do I think it was a dirty play? No. Do I think it was a terribly unfortunate play? Yes. Now on to the game. This was freaking awesome. I have text chains with my son and my mom both talking about how awesome this game was. The plays made by both teams, the shot by Hero, the shot by Kobe White, it was just awesome. The terrible plays, the turnovers and stuff like that. This was just a fantastic game to watch. I want to first talk about the Miami Heat and kind of break down what happened for them. So to start with the Heat, the biggest one that I saw that kind of stuck out to me is Norm Powell only playing 19 minutes. This is a first-time All-Star playing his best of his career. He only played 19 minutes. That is really, really strange. And I know that the Hero and Powell combo, when they're on the court, they have like the worst defensive rating of anybody in the league, which that sucks, right? But you guys weren't stopping. You gave up 127 points. You weren't stopping Charlotte anyway, right? So why not put him out there? But then the other thing I think about is Davion Mitchell played his butt off. Look at that. 48 minutes, 28 points, 50% shooting, and almost 50% from the three-point line. That's awesome, right? And he had no turnovers. So you could see why Powell didn't play because of Davion Mitchell. Also, Andrew Wiggins. People can talk about now, when it comes to guys like Wiggins, they are looked down upon because of where he was drafted. But Andrew Wiggins is a damn good player and a successful NBA player. He has had a great career. He's an NBA champion where he was the second best player on that team. 100% the second best player. And look what he does in big games. Shoots over 50%, 50% from three, and perfect from the free throw line. No turnover. Okay, this was for Miami to be down their best player, to be able to come back and do this and be in here. This is a testament to the Heat. I hate to say this, Heat culture and stuff, but they played really, really well. Now, obviously, they're upset about the Bam injury. They're upset that their season is over and all that stuff. But I will take away that they played really, really well. They played together. They didn't turn the ball over. Only 7 turnovers and 32 assists. I'm not great at math, but that's a really good assist to turnover ratio. That's awesome, right? This team played really, really well. On the flip side, Charlotte, I thought this was one of their worst games. And why do I say that? Well, LaMelo Ball and Con Knipple, the two best three-point shooters on the season, not at the end of the year and like that. On the season, the two best were 2 for 22 on threes. I can guarantee, I can put all the money that I own on the fact that I guarantee they have not shot this bad at any time throughout the whole year, and they will not do it again. This team did not play well. Diabate was a negative 17 plus minus, and Khan was a negative 20 plus minus. The fact that they won with 2 starters playing that bad is awesome. Now, on top of that, LaMelo Ball, 30 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds. You think to yourself, man, it's a good thing. This was horrible. And some of them look like 2 years ago Ball. 2 years ago of him taking terrible shots. And it's just, they looked awful. And they were bad timing too. They came at the wrong time, and it just did not look good. And then that last turnover where they got the steal, and then he compounded it by fouling Hero on a three was awful. Those combine that play, that sequence with some of the shots. That's the LaMelo ball that everybody is like, ooh. Then he makes the go-ahead hoop to put him up, going to the basket. And he had a few other driving to the hoop great scores. There's one where he went up with his right and came over to the left. He has something, but man, is he ever going to get rid of those bonehead plays? I'm wondering if this is a lot like Brett Favre in the NFL. You have to know he's gonna do stupid stuff. He's gonna try to make a throw that he should not try because that's who he is. But at the same time, he's also gonna make 4 or 5 throws a game that he's the only person on the planet that he can make. That's what LaMelo Ball is, and it's anxiety driving. I know it is for me. It's got to be for the Charlotte fans. But the fact that they came out and won this game is unbelievable. Then let's go here to Kobe White. Kobe White. The Bulls do it again. I hate to bring the Bulls into this, but come on. You couldn't get a first round pick for this? After what he just showed, you couldn't get a first round pick for this guy? Plus 21, 19 points, almost 50% shooting, 5 for 83, the biggest three of the game for the Hornets. Unbelievable. The fact that they came back and they did this, because there was a stretch in the fourth where I was like, man, they could not hit a three and they looked tight. Every shot looked like they were aiming. I say this to my son all the time. Him and his friend, they were trying to win this competition in training the other day, and they both started like slowing down their form and trying to aim it. I'm like, that's not how you shoot. You don't aim it. You shoot. You shoot the ball. Shoot or shoot. You rely on the training that you've done. And it felt like in the fourth quarter, every three that they were taking as a team, not just one person, they were all aiming instead of shooting the freaking ball. And they weren't shooting, they were aiming until Kobe White just said, bang, and nailed that thing. This was an awesome game, marred by a terrible play in the beginning by Ball, marred by bad plays by each, but came back with some really great plays, great attacking the rim, great threes. It was just an awesome, awesome game. I'm really happy that Charlotte was able to pull it out. That's who I picked. Team that I enjoy watching. I don't enjoy watching the Heat that much, but I did enjoy this game because they played together as a team. It was really, really a great game to watch. Now on to the late night game between Portland and Phoenix. Watching this game, I felt like I was watching like 3 different games. Portland in the beginning, the 12-2 run emphasized with the Avdia to Sharp alley-oop, that was just epic. And then Avdia screaming at Sharp. That seemed like a different game. And then you come into the end of the third, start of the fourth, and Phoenix was just putting it on them, and Portland looked like they were shell-shocked. Like they were like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. That was its own separate game. And then around the 8-minute mark, my guy Denny came in. And at that point, it was over. Denny took over the game. Now, on my other channel, Basketball for the Win, FTW, check that out. I have made 3 videos on my guy Denny and the Blazers. I love Denny. He's one of my favorite players in the NBA to watch. I think this showed the rest of the basketball world what I truly already believed. He is a superstar. He's not a star. Yes, he made All-Star this year. If he was not hurt this year, he would be second team, third team All-NBA. Because he was hurt, there's some guys that have played the whole year that are going to get a bubble, and I understand that. This dude was everything. Everything for this team. There's a quote from Drew Holiday after the game saying how awesome Denny was and how he did everything for us. He took this game over. Before I go too hard on Denny, let's go to Phoenix and talk about how they lost this game. Now, I felt it watching it. The biggest issue with this, Jalen Green shooting 29 shots. Now, he had 35 points. But we watched this in Houston, which is why he's gone from Houston. He missed the big ones. He's not going to guard. 2 assists. You got the ball in your hands that much. 2 assists, 5 turnovers. This is who Jalen Green is. I would have been much happier if he had 20 shots, and those 9 were gone to Brooks and Devin Booker. Now, I've never said that about Dylan Brooks, but there you go. Look at that. What I noticed during this game is what I saw them towards the end of the game. I felt like they were missing this. Why was he not playing? Why was Colin Gillespie not playing? This team is in dire need of a point guard. Like, so bad. They need a point guard. They needed a point guard last year with that stupid, well, we're thinking Durant, Booker, and Beal are going to do it. No. They need a point guard. And you have one who has played really well this year, sitting right there, and you did not play him. The reality was, the way Portland was playing the game, you didn't need Jordan Goodwin for defense. You didn't need Royce O'Neal for defense because they were just giving the ball to Denny. You couldn't stop him at the rim anyway, so why don't you get somebody that in the game that's going to help you play the game and get you into the right shots? I guarantee if Colin Gillespie played 33 minutes a game, Jalen Green does not have 29 shots, and Devin Booker does not have 17. Green has less, Booker has more, because Colin will get them to the right guys. Now, Phoenix should have won this game. They should have won this game multiple times. They have the more experience. They have the older players. They should have won this game, but they didn't. They did not win this game. I made a video about them at the beginning of the year when they were on a hot streak saying I was wrong, and then at the end of the video I switched and said this team is still going to fail because I do not trust anything, and I was getting attacked in the comments, which I'm okay with. Give me your opinion, all for it. I was right. The team is not talented. They're not that good. Devin Booker got outplayed. He was supposed to be the best player in this game, and he got flat out outplayed by Denny, 100%. And I'm sorry, I would take Denny over Devin Booker 7 days a week. I would. And that's the reality of it, is you are paying him to do this. Devin Booker, who's a shooter, like his biggest thing as a shooter was 0 for 2 on threes and missed 5 free throws. He's a shooter. That's what Devin Booker does. He is a shooter. Let's go to Denny. 3 of 8 on threes. He missed 5 free throws too. But he did this. And he was guarding at the end. The Suns, I think they overachieved. I think they are going to be in for a rude awakening next year. Let's see how all of these pieces go, if they're going to move on from Brooks and try to bring in some more stuff, because they don't have draft picks. But this is your team, and they need a point guard. But in order to get a point guard, you're going to have to give something up. And what is that something you're going to give up? I honestly think Dylan Brooks is that something, or Jalen Green is that something to bring in. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. I don't want to talk about that anymore. Let's go up to my team, the Blazers. Now, this team is really freaking awesome. And this is Denny, I think, again, I'll get back on this. He's a star. He's a super duper star. Dare I say a dude. And if you know from watching any of my videos, dude is like the ultimate compliment. You got to have a dude to win it all. And he controlled, he controlled everything for that team. The 2 biggest plays I thought were the 2 assists he had to Grant in the right corner for 3. Those 2, he had a stretch where he had the 2 threes to Grant, and he had an and 1, and that cut it to 3. And that's when we're down 12. That little stretch right there, like, whoa, okay, here we are. And then Brooks got that tee, and then they were off. And did you ever think towards the end of the game that Phoenix was going to be able to stop him? because I didn't. Not once. As soon as he came back in the game around the 8:15 mark, they just gave him the ball and said, cook, and just lead us there. And he did. 12 assists. I saw a stat. They have 114 points. Denny had his hand in 71 of them. 71 of the 114. That is ridiculous. That is well over half, because he dominated the game and he was playing as a team player. He, to me, is like a mix of Giannis and Luka, whereas I think he passes differently than both of them. And I think he's a more willing passer than both of them. But man, he is just absolutely dominant. But he did not do that alone. Drew Holiday stepped up. He's the only guy on this team that has been anywhere near any of this stuff. And he played awesome. I thought Jeremy Grant, who has been out for a while and hadn't had a great season, played really well. Shaden Sharp had a few turnovers, a few mistakes and stuff like that. And there's a few times that Denny kicked it out to him and he had a wide open shot and he didn't take it. And I kind of screamed at my phone. But I thought he played well. Scoot Henderson, come on, guy, come on. But this was a Denny-led team win. As much as you could say it's a team win by somebody having 20 more points than everybody else on the team and that many more assists than everybody on the team, that was a team win to me, because he was leading them, but they were coming with him. They were hitting the shots. They were playing off him. He had multiple alley-oops to Shaden Sharp, had again the 2 threes to Grant in the corner. But the other thing I think that Portland has that is going to be really hard, especially when they go up against the Spurs next, is there was time in the second half where maybe it was the first half where Phoenix was trying to run Booker off screens, and what they had is there was a screen. There's 2 screens at the free throw line. Booker was trying to run off of them, and he was like picking his side. Well, on one side he had Drew Holiday waiting for him. On the other side he had Kamara waiting for him, and it's like probably 2 of the top 5 perimeter defenders alive. Have fun with that. And then you come off the bench, and the fact that Denny isn't playing, Denny is a well above average defender, but he doesn't even play at the end of their games when they're on defense, because they can bring in Chris Murray, Tybalt, and Sharp, who can all guard. This team is stacked on defense. This team is led by a super duper star, and they play together and they play with him. This team is awesome. I think they're going to run into a buzzsaw with the Spurs, but I think something big is coming. I got a video coming out about these guys soon. This was an awesome win for Portland for this year and for the future. Awesome. There you go, my friends. There's a breakdown of the first 2 play-in games on the first night. I'll tell you, if this is any indication to what we're going to see for the rest of the play-in and the playoffs, we are in for a treat. So make sure you like and subscribe and follow for more as I break down the game that I love, the NBA. Talk to you next time.